Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Thank you guys for joining me on this Sunday live stream. So we've saved up 88,000 diamonds, kind of on the fence with who we're going to build. Overall, it seems like Tarnos is really strong when it comes to the treasure scramble. Olgath is being utilized within the Nightmare Corridor, so there are some Celestials and Hypogeans that we are kind of missing out there. We could also go ahead and add some more stars onto the current Awakened heroes we have. Now, one thing that we have been waiting for, guys, is the Awakened version of Athalia. So again, this has been kind of the rumor that Athalia is going to be the next Awakened hero in AFK Arena. Even though it is speculation at this point, I want to wait until there is an official release from Lilith about this. We're going to see exactly what is coming. Very, very cool to see though. What's going on? Mickey is here. I was just checking out Mickey's formation. He is actually right here, guys. Mickey is crushing it into chapter 47. Since we've went through a couple different game modes, we went through an incredible amount of the tower. I've actually gotten to the point within the King's Tower where 922, 923, even here 963. Now within the Tower of Light, we have, of course, the double Awakened heroes, which makes it a lot easier to make progression in there. The Brutal Citadel and the Forsaken Necropolis is a lot more difficult to go through. Same with the Infernal Fortress. I've gotten to the point where Lucretia is not super effective in this game mode anymore. I either need to build her higher or I need to continue focusing on levels, which I have been doing, guys. As of right now, we are on level 726. I've been buying out a lot of stuff out of the store every day with our shop refreshes and continuing the progression in there to really make some progression in there. Waiting on the Awakened version of Arthur. Maybe Blue Crimson. There might be a time. Yoshi is here. Nikos is here as well. Thank you guys for joining me again. We're going to go ahead, we're going to do some summons, but the primary thing here is one, going to be answering questions, but we want to try to make some progression within this campaign, guys. We want to get some more loot out of here, continuing the engraving. So within the engraving itself, we did finally get Nevi up to, that is right, the plus 60 engraving to unlock this second part of Nevi. We finally got her there. We also took Joan of Arc a little bit ago up to 60. We're working on Rem right now. We're working on Amelia right now, building all of those heroes out, while still working on the furniture. It has been really a sticking point right now, has been the furniture for a lot of these heroes. So we can open up our chest, we can do a couple summons, we can get into the furniture and see exactly what we can do. Did Lilith talk about the new Awakened hero? Not yet. It's we're still kind of waiting. If you guys caught, guys, I'm gonna check out the AFK 2 trailer a little bit later. I seen that it popped up this morning. Haven't had a chance to look at it. I'm stuck on floor 79. Any advice? Apolloneer, the teams that I've been running, and right now we're at 130. I think we stopped at about 130. As you can see, we kind of ran out of stability at this point. We're at floor 132. In here, I'm running a combination of different heroes. So I am running my Graveborn team, which we've seen before, the Awakened version of Baden, with Ulnarate here, running the Belinda comp, and then running the Brutus comp. Those are the three that I've been running regularly. With having those Awakened heroes, it does make it a little bit easier in here. But overall, depending on your heroes, I've noticed it makes a big difference when it comes to the Rift ones in here. Now, I was playing around with this quite a bit. I was playing around with this Apolloneer to see what these would do for the stability-wise. So versus going in and actually doing the power here with the specific factions, but going in and seeing if we could level these up and how it would affect the stability. I got to 140, couldn't beat the boss at 140. It's where we were actually stuck. So I'm going to reset these a little bit later. I'm going to go through here, try it out again, see exactly where we can get through there. Always nice to hear about the new Awakened hero. Not even close to the third one. Shadow Mastery or Mystery, it takes a long time. That is really it. What's going on? Alejandro is here. Moneymaker as well. What did I buy from the Dream Store? So we know the Dream Store, guys, is refreshing. I believe it's very, very shortly. So from the Dream Store, we have 30 hours left, so just over a day. I bought Frampton. Now, the reason for this, how do you restore the stability? You have to reset the entire thing, Apolloneer. And the problem with the resetting, guys, if you're in the Rift, it dropped me from floor 140 to 121. That is right. It starts 19 floors down, or it starts at that last 20 floor. So like 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Restoring the stability, I'm gonna have to reset it again and start back at 121. I really do not like that it resets you that far. And I'll show you guys, since I'm stuck within the Temple Rift again, I have to reset it. I have actually reset it quite a few times. So when I go to challenge, it says I have no stability, but exiting this, and again, I believe this is something they're going to be changing with the next patch. So I'm on 131 right here, but when I go in here, the highest floor that I can start at is 121. So I'm going 10 floors back, which really sucks, guys. I can't start at the floor and continue where I'm at. It actually starts me off on that subfloor, which again, takes a lot back. Really takes a lot back. Hello, I'm new here. Your videos help me a lot. Oh, thank you, Max. Absolutely, guys. Any questions you got, drop them in here. Again, I want to do some campaign progression, but I brought out the time emblems. Logic behind that, guys. Time emblems, Awakened Heroes are the biggest of the biggest and the best heroes. That's known. It's been known since the Awakened Heroes came out. Time emblems are the biggest, most expensive thing within AFK Arena because you cannot utilize the diamonds for them is really the big one. So Frampton, I bought out of here. Again, looking at this lineup, absolutely, if you do not have the twins at Ascended, so if they're not built up to Ascended, this would be my priority. Then I'd probably look at Frampton before Zafriel. Leofric, I don't even build and I'm not building, but these time emblems are super expensive, guys, which is the exact same thing for the store. You want to make sure you're buying these out every day, even in the guild store itself. Making sure that you're buying these out every single chance you have. It is really the only way you're ever going to get the Awakened Hero. Now with the guild store, be careful, because be very careful, guys. If you're buying them out of there, do not sacrifice getting Rem or Amelia, our two-dimensional heroes, out of the exchange because you bought the time emblems out of there. Absolutely do not. What's going on, Devin? Problem with the new, yeah, that's a big part of the problem. I know there are a couple players that have put out some free-to-play guides, completely free-to-play, that have made it to 100. I'm at 80, I think mid 80 on my free-to-play. Yes, it's a very bad design, Apollinaire. That's why they adjusted the loot, which we know is coming. In the next patch, they are redesigning all of that part as well, Apollinaire. So that is going to change as well. It seems like it is super difficult. If you get stuck, there's nothing you can do. You're literally just stuck, which kind of sucks. How do I unlock the Dream Store? You have to get to the point where you can use, and I believe it is Resonating Crystal 3, what was it, 300? Let me know, I forget exactly what the requirements in here were. I thought it was, I thought to open this, it is like so many heroes, or it is a certain level. I don't think it says right in here, or I'm just missing it. But you have to be either a certain level or have a certain number of Awakened Heroes. What's going on, Pluto? Rain here as well. See, Rain is free to play, made it to 140 easy. There we go. What's going on, Andre? And Lux is here today. Got my coffee all set, guys. I spent 3 hours cleaning up my lawn this morning. Kind of a spring cleanup to get it set, but we got everything done. Yeah, the new Rift, they need to make some adjustments, and they are making some adjustments, which is really good. Again, they're eliminating, or they have eliminated all of the leaderboard rewards, put a ton more loot in there, which we should be getting in the next day or two. So we're going to have a lot of that back, guys. Let's hop in the bag. Let's pop open some of these stones. Now, we got a lot of these stones out of the reset, so the actual retirement of heroes. 6 stones, guys. We get Morrow. It looks like all food again. Every single time we just keep getting food. There is Thisu. That is food. Then, of course, the rare heroes are the exact same. Just a bunch more food. Oh, yeah, the yard work, guys. I got some calluses on my hand, but we are good because it is done. That is the good thing, guys. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. That's kind of a general rule of thumb. All right, so let's hop in here. Hopefully we can get lucky with some summons. All of my time emblems we're saving. We are absolutely saving. Amelia or Rem for the Temple Rift. Honestly, I would probably go Rem. I'm finding a lot more utility out of Rem. I know Amelia has a place. I love where, you know, he is, or she is kind of built. But I do personally like Rem. I like the building and how Rem is designed. Time emblems, again, we're saving for our next Awakened Hero. We have all of them because we are, remember, this is the pay to win account. We do put a little bit into this every month, but we have all of the Awakened Heroes built in here. Stargazers, we have 274 again. We're going to save these. I'm going to save these. I thought about Tarnos. I thought about Ogath. I want to see what is coming next down the pipeline. If it is a celestial hero we're not going to build, I'm going to go back and probably build Olgath because of the Nightmare Corridor, but I can also merc him. What's going on, Ansta? What's your recommendations for the treasure trove for each chapter? I can show you the treasure trove, Agawa. So let's, again, we'll knock out some summons in here. I can show you what I chose out of the treasure trove, but hopefully we can pull some elite heroes that we need, which there's a copy of Hogan. He is in high demand, guys. Just kidding. Hogan is not. We don't even use him. But there is another one, which is Murillo. And again, utilizing these to recycle is one of the big things we want to. What's going on at D2? There is Crisio. Very nice, guys. Wanted to pick up another copy of him. Of course, we have 14 days till the reset. We have 7 in here because of our VIP level. But making very, very solid progression with the summons. I want to do the furniture summons in here. That's kind of the big thing. Big fan, love the stream. Oh, thanks, AFK Arena. Free to play for life. Love your videos as well. I have checked out quite a few of them, especially all the stuff over on Reddit. Guys, if you haven't checked out AFK Arena, the free to play life, if you haven't checked out his channel, it is really cool as a free to play player. So the Oaken, let's go ahead and hop. I'm not thrilled about the next Abyssal Expedition. Didn't like the last version. In the first place, and on top of that, I'll be crammed on time because finals at school. Ultimately, Lux, you can really make the Abyssal Expedition. Literally, probably the first day with the Abyssal Expedition, guys, takes a little bit of time. Takes a little bit of time to get it set up, but once you're in there, hop in. I spend usually about 15 minutes. That is it, Lux. So I'll pop in, spend 15 minutes, do my resources, use a couple of my, my progression in there. That's it. About probably twice a day. That's what I, especially being in more of a competitive Abyssal Expedition, that's really all the time you need, guys. The Abyssal Expedition does not have to be hours of focus. Spend 15, spend 20 minutes twice a day. Makes it, again, very, very easy to go through there and make progression. It does come, a lot of players put time in there, but can definitely work. Is Crisio that good? Yes, Crisio is good, guys. We are starting to see a lot of builds with Crisio. We're starting to see him geogaming in a lot of different modes, which is really cool. So let's knock out, again, looking in here, guys, we need Mulan furniture, we need Amelia, we need Crisio, we need Edwin, we need Tamaris, we need Rem, we need Matria. There are literally so many heroes we need in here when it comes to the build, but we got to look out for Mulan's furniture in there, which is awesome. Very nice Shadow. Guys, Pet Resonance is huge. It is absolutely huge, guys. When you start getting the 6, the 9 to 12, it is huge. What is the max chapter? I believe it is 55. I believe now it is 55, maybe 56 with the next patch. So we have to make sure, again, that we don't pull Mulan. There's a copy for Tamaris. 2 in a row, guys, which is another piece for Hendrik. 3 in a row with the furniture. Another piece for Tamaris. That is a lot of mythic furniture, guys. That is what we want to see. 3 mythic furniture pulls right in a row. There's a piece for Drez. Again, waiting for Mulan. But we also want to build up Matria. Matria needs to be built up with this furniture, guys. There is a piece for Mulan. There we go. So we got that final one for Mulan. So let's optimize. That gives her the 9 of 9 furniture. We already have some of the engraving on her. We already have her built out a little bit. So we'll go ahead and we'll drop her out. Let's see who else we got in here, guys. Again, if we're going with Olgath, if we're going with a couple different heroes here, Arthur can work. Who do we have here? We have the twin, or we have Wukong, which doesn't really make a difference. Tarnos, again, I'm kind of on the fence for the PvP aspect. But most all of these heroes, guys, we have built, and we have built out a significant amount. You know what? I'm going to put Olgath in here. I think we're going to eventually build out Olgath. It might take a little bit, but we'll see what we can get. And look at that, guys. The daily edits. I love the Sunday streams. They are relaxing. Thank you very much for the donation. Guys, that is amazing. Max chapters 36. There we go, guys. So, or 56. 56 is the max currently chapter. We're getting into 48. So we still have a lot of progression to make, guys. They keep adding more chapters in there. There's another piece for Hendrix. Too many heroes need 9 of 9 furniture. Yes. Absolutely, Darren, I agree with that. It seems like with all of the new heroes we got, even looking at Amelia, even looking at Ren, the 9 of 9 furniture is a requirement for both heroes. We've seen it when you look at the optimal build. It is really the 9 of 9 furniture is what is kind of the minimum requirement, or honestly for the build. 9 of 9, again, it is huge when it comes to the build, guys. And there we go. There is the super chat. Again, thank you for the super chat. I didn't know if it was down today with Streamlabs or if something was going on. So in here, I'm going to grab a piece for Crescio with this. That way we can pick them up the 9 of 9 furniture. The Mauler Tower has been incredibly difficult to get through. So we'll put the 3 of 9 on him. And then I'm also thinking, let's go with Rem. I want to get that 3 of 9 furniture for Rem as well. We're just going to have to continue the build now. With all of these heroes, guys, it's just going to be a very slow build with them. So there we go. So we got the 3 of 9 on Crescio. And same with Rem, guys. The 3 of 9 furniture for Rem is game changing. That is what provides her the immunity to the team, is that 3 of 9 furniture, which again is huge. Tamaris, we got built up a little bit. Crescio, we got built up. I'm happy. I'm very happy with the amount of heroes that we have in here. And we have, I believe, 708 pieces of mythic furniture, guys. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Now, Beast Grounds, we are still continuing, guys. We have the Rock Lizard, we have Phantasmoth, and we have the Savage Souffle. They are the 3 that we're building up. The first 3 we already have at 12, which means we are shooting for the Beast Resonance. As you can see, we don't even have any lures in here. I've been using them regularly. But when we get them to 12, guys, that'll take Beast Resonance for the entire Beast to 12, which is awesome. Maybe I should start streaming. Can't remember last time I did. Yeah, usually we have a lot of luck. Free to play, it seems with streaming, we have an incredible amount of luck with the streaming. If I do the summons by myself, not a ton of luck in there, but overall, looking at the stream, so here we are running the Awakened version of Thane. This one, we are running Lucretia with Halos. Very strong combination. We have the Thorn Cheese in here, which I'm not super happy with. The 5 pull in here, running Geralt within this formation. And then, of course, we have the Al Negrez, which works incredibly well. Let's see, because I believe that was the combination that Mickey used. Let's see if we have, see, there is Brutus, there's Thane. Let's go ahead and pop this one in. We want to make campaign progression, but this will also give me the ability to chat with you guys. I love being able to talk to you guys. Not once in 2 years have I pulled 3 in a row. Endless, it is very RNG factor with the pulls. Now in here, of course, guys, it is all about Belinda in here. She does so much damage. The RNG factor just has to work. We built up Geralt a little, which I'm impressed. Seeing him used in here, you can see we have him at 309. I do have engraving on Geralt as well. So it works for the most part. Again, just going to have to get that RNG factor to work in here. Many players just don't get how much RNG bloats prices and screws you over by avoiding certain heroes. Yeah, guys, RNG in this game is huge. And that is the reason why, if you guys remember once upon a time, guys, you didn't have the auto battle. The auto battle is really the game changer in here by far. I love the ability to actually auto battle these formations. Makes a big difference, guys. It is really a game changer. I like Olgath. I feel like we're seeing quite a bit now. Kind of interesting, Shady, is when you say that, it seems like Olgath was not present anywhere. Like literally, we did not see Olgath anywhere. Then all of a sudden, Olgath literally appeared everywhere. In a ton of different game modes, we started seeing Olgath, which again is kind of crazy. And I feel like now we're seeing him in a lot of places. Now, in addition, guys, you know what? I'm going to hop in. I'm going to try Mickey's formation, and we'll let the cheese run. The other thing is we're also seeing Amelia, and we're also seeing Rem. Now, we know with the overall, with the builds and the heroes, it seems like we're starting to see, again, a lot more of the newer heroes that are in there with the toolkit. We knew that we would see them in there eventually, but also they're in there now. I went bait every single event, which is demotivizing. Yeah, I agree, guys. If you're going in for all in baits, it's a lot of commitment, guys, to build out the pets, especially if you are a free to play player. It's very hard to stick to the baits because you don't have the hero development. That is really one of the big things. What should I spend my 10k dream coins on? My twins are already finished, already purchased all the cards. If you're looking for a hero, honestly, Frampton still has a lot of utility, Shady, which is the reason I still use Frampton. Frampton is still my go-to. There are a lot of formations where he is the best in slot. However, with Frampton, guys, you have to put a lot of time and building into him. Frampton requires a high investment, which is the big reason why a lot of players do not build Frampton out, is because of that investment aspect, and it's very, very expensive. Frampton doesn't work without the investment. If you just kind of go in there and build Frampton without having him 30960, the effectiveness of him is not there. Do you partake in the LC championship? I do not, Beacon. So I don't even bother with the PvP. When I looked at my last formations, I probably set the formations for the LC tournament probably months ago at this point. I don't really do anything outside of there. Should I put my free 9 of 9 furniture to Rem to Amelia? Rem needs that 3 of 9 furniture. That is the immunity. Amelia does need that 9 of 9 furniture. Based on the build, both of them will eventually get it. But again, Amelia is a lot more reliant on that 9 of 9 furniture, where again, I would build Rem out, but Rem doesn't need the 9 of 9. 3 of 9 is good. What's going on, this J guy? Can you beast resonance to level 18 eventually? Yes, eventually. But I think you need, what was it? I think it's like 7 level 18 pets. So yeah, eventually it's going to take a long time to get there. But you can get there with the beast eventually. Again, the time aspect in there is incredible. It's incredible how much. Pulled 30k diamonds today on my 10 pull Stargazer, first time in over 2 years. Very nice, Connor. Connor pulled his 30,000 diamonds, which I love. I haven't wanted to pick baits. That's my thing. Devin, I am on the exact same boat. I want to build my heroes for so many different game modes that I'm not pulling the baits. And lately I've been pulling furniture. Furniture has been one of the big things that I've been focusing on pulling because of the build. First, got to say, love your content. And second, what's the best way to understand team comps and learning to build your own? So, Urgakill, building your own teams, early game works. When you start getting further into AFK Arena, you start building specific team comps. And a lot of them are the synergy between them. To go and actually build your own team comps is super difficult. It is very difficult. I remember when we didn't have a wish list. Yes, I remember when we didn't have the wish list for heroes and furniture. It was incredibly difficult in there without a wish list. If you guys remember the story of my version of when we pulled Pharrell, because we didn't have a wish list, guys, it was literally just advancement, or it was literally just the random RNG for pulling heroes. We spent 6 months doing summons to get that awakened version of Pharrell, because again, we didn't have the wish list back then, and it took that long. It literally took that long to get that done. When I click on the advanced ship, Moneymaker, I have the same problem. On my iPad, I don't know what kind of device you're using, but my iPad, it does the same, is it will restart every time I click on the advanced ship. I think it's something that is known bug and they're trying to fix it. But again, mine does the exact same. Feel that my progression is engraving dependent. Yes, random spawn, it is. A lot of the heroes do not work without having the engraving. It is very strong, especially if you are free to play. Building beasts are huge, engraving is huge. Yeah, but level 18 resonance free to play is going to take years. Honestly, it is going to take years if you get to that point. I did my Temple of Time monthly 10 pull yesterday. I got 1 copy of Awakened Thane. So I swapped to Belinda. I'm not sure what you mean, Raphael. Did the Temple of Time monthly 10 pull yesterday. I got a copy of Thane. So I swapped. Oh, you got the copy of Thane. Oh, very nice, Raphael. I understand now you got the copy, so you swapped to Belinda. Belinda's huge, guys. Belinda is absolutely huge when you're building out a hero, guys. Belinda is huge. Started a new account. I'm chapter 34. I still don't have auto battle. Oh yes, Circa. Auto battle, guys, is the game changer. Literally, if you're playing on a phone, things of that nature, it might be a little bit more different or difficult, but auto battle on a PC, like I play on BlueStacks, absolutely, it is huge. Why is it so hard to progress in the Temple Rift now? They changed it, Asta. They changed out the Temple Rift. It's changed a lot. They need to get the rest of the updates, which are going to be towards the next patch. The next patch is going to be the update, the change to it. So we're going to see some changes pretty soon. How come the test servers are already on the new patch and have the new patch global? So Mr. Blue Damon, the test server is 5 days ahead of global. So that is normal. So what happens with a lot of the content is they'll release it over on the test server where I love if or I kind of showcase a few things. Yes, the test server is 5 days away or 5 days ahead. A lot of content that we see or a lot of things we see on the test servers do not work, so they don't drop it over into the live servers. That is one of the big things. Which heroes needed to the charm comp? So the charm comp is Mahira and Khazard are the really two big ones. The other ones that really focus on that comp is one, Rosaline. Rosaline is huge in there. Rowan is huge in there. Definitely a couple in there. Khazard, you need Mythic Plus because of the engraving. You need him to Mythic for the engraving aspect. That is the big one when it comes to building him out. And this is why we hate and love the Thorn Cheese, guys. There's a lot of RNG aspect. How do you activate auto battling? Have to get to a certain point, Anthony. There's a point where it does unlock with the auto battling. Started a new Weiler server and already got 3 Awakened Heroes from summons. Wow. Mika, that is insane. Yeah, now that is lucky. I've done a lot of summons, didn't get lucky with them, but that is kind of crazy. One thing I want to check, actually, now that I think about it, you have to be careful with the gear in here, guys, because of the turning gear on, turning gear off, things of that nature. It will actually put on much stronger gear than you want because of the Thorn Cheese, and I'm glad I literally just thought of it. But I don't see our Graveborn piece here. I do not. We used to have the Graveborn piece, and I wonder if we can just... Oh, we can't, can we? I think that is my Graveborn piece that he is wearing. Which this is the auto... There it is. So no, we don't want that one. We want the other one. He had a Graveborn piece. There it is. So let's equip that. Again, this is kind of broken, guys, how this works. So I want to remove the helmet. I'm going to have to re-equip it. I forgot about the ability, or when you go in here, guys, we want a tier 0, essentially mythic helmet. So his helmet is somewhere down here. We have it enchanted. I hate how this thing scrolls through. We have his helmet. It is enchanted. There it is. So now we don't have the tier 3. Now we don't have the tier 3. Now it should be a lot easier, guys. Didn't even think about it till right now. Every time you unresonate the gear, the gear resonance, and then go back on, it messes up with Thorin specifically, guys. He is the one that is broken with the gear. Should I engrave Rem? Yes, I would. I engraved Rem, absolutely, guys. She is a monster hero with the damage that she's putting out. My main focus is Awakened Brutus. I got 1 copy of all the other Awakened heroes. That'll work. That will work. Emulation is PCU intensive, just in time compiler, translating processing instructions in real time. Yeah, Shadow Mastery is very, very in tune with the technology. I just know I fired up and it works well. How to beat the Rift. There's a couple comps out there. I'm not sure if somebody can drop them in here. I know that Rigby has to have a specific, either healing mitigation is what you have to do for Rigby. If you don't, you're never going to kill Rigby. And here we go, guys. Did we get it? We got it down. Again, we got that one down, which is awesome. But should I engrave Rem? Yes, absolutely, I would engrave Rem. Love your videos. Good luck with the Solus. Good luck with the Solus. Wait, I just joined live this global server. How to auto battle? It takes time to unlock it. Guys, auto battle isn't unlocked. Yep, chapter 36 is the unlock for our auto battle. There we go, guys. 4732. We're just going to continue on through the stages. this is what I want to focus on. One, wanted to answer a lot of the questions. I don't want to do the Thor and Cheese, but absolutely wanted to be able to talk to you guys. That way we can cover. And Reddit, you're saying the next awakened will be Thaleen. Athalia, can you please see Dolly's message in the beta, or have you heard something? So a lot of players, so on the test server, Dolly is already talking about the new hero. The new hero aligns with the awakened schedule. The new hero, also what Dolly says specifically when it comes to that little excerpt that Dolly says, that is directly correlated with Athalia's lore. So if you look through and you look at Athalia's story, they are literally the same, which is the reason why so many players say that it is going to be the awakened version of Athalia. Just seeing again what becomes of this, or when the official announcement comes out. But that is what they're saying based on Dolly's message. Dolly's message links up perfectly with Athalia, which is the reason again why a lot of players are saying that it is specifically going to be Athalia. That's the logic. That's the reason behind it. How are you? Doing great, Cow. The Cow Official Gaming doing absolutely great. Just got Edwin ascended today. What are the optimal investments in him? Bogdan, I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to check exactly what it is. I know his furniture is really big. I believe a 30930 for Edwin. And look at that, guys. Ryan, another member for 2 months. Thank you for being a supporter. Good to see another Hippo stream, guys. I love doing this. Most of you know I've been streaming for, God, I think it's been like 2 years, maybe even 2 years plus at this point. I love doing the live stream, being able to chat to you guys about AFK Arena. It is something I look forward to every single week. Absolutely, guys. Where are Rem and Amelia used now? So Rem and Amelia, guys, Amelia we're starting to see in the Cursed Realm. Rem we are seeing in the Cursed Realm. Rem we are seeing in the Nightmare Corridor. Both Rem and Amelia, will start seeing them within the Treasure Scramble. I would say the next iteration you'll start seeing them. They continue to gain utility just like we've seen before. So when you think of some of the older heroes, like when we go to, let's say, looking at Olgath, there was a lot of time where Olgath was never used. He's starting to see a lot of use. There was, a time where Tarnos wasn't used. He's starting to see a lot of use. Absolutely, guys. We're starting to see a lot more utility for these heroes. As more players get them, the utility will go up. We'll find places for them. Should I work in ascending Crescio and Edwin? I would. I love Crescio. The big thing is Crescio is being used, again, Cursed Realm, Nightmare Corridor, also within the Greyborn, or the Mauler Tower. We are seeing a lot of utility with Crescio coming out. The reason why I kind of build him up a little bit higher. For Rigby, use the Belinda comp. There you go. Haven't pushed further than 100, but you have a guide to get to floor 100. Yep, definitely, guys. Check out AFK Arena free-to-play live over on Reddit. There's a ton of content over there, which is amazing to see. Why do you have... So, L, guys, do not engrave Thorin. Don't engrave Thorin at all. So the logic behind Thorin, L, and look at that, low L Dog Destroyer. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Why do I have Thorin engraved? So when engraving came out, guys, however long ago, what was it, like 2 years ago, we did the engraving on Thorin when engraving came out. I've never reset him since then. He is a hero that you do not want engraving on. If you do, you want very, very low engraving. But overall, do not engrave Thorin, guys. Again, we engraved him early, not knowing exactly what the impact. It was when engraving was released. Yeah, it was sad to see that we engraved him. And again, do not engrave him, guys. Absolutely do not engrave him. How's my family doing? Family's doing great, guys. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. We have a lot of birthday parties going on, getting ready, crazy enough, for summer. We only have about a month, I believe a month and 2 weeks left, and school will be done for this school season, which means it will be summer, so we will definitely have to check it out, guys. Should I engrave Rem? Yes, I would engrave Rem. Again, super, super strong to engrave Rem. It works very well. How do you show your 2-month supporter? I've been supporting for months, but it never showed. So I believe that is Shady. It is the Oh, did we finish that one? I believe it is the memberships in there, Shady. When you consistently have the memberships, not the gift memberships. I think, and it could just be me, but I think the gift memberships show up differently than getting the membership, than purchasing the membership, is what I think the reason. Because I know D2, a couple other players out there have had a long standing relationship as being supporters for the channel, and I know it shows months. I believe a couple in there are even 12, 18, 24 month supporters, which is amazing to see, but I believe it is getting those. I'm playing on free-to-play main account for 3 years. Oh, let me see. I want to do everything, guys, that I do not want to do the Thor and Cheese, and at our levels we should have no problem not doing the Thor and Cheese, just because I know the amount of time that it takes. There we go. 714, we're on 720, I believe 726. So we can go ahead and run that, which is awesome. I'm playing on the free-to-play main account for 3 years, and I'm stuck in chapter 35. Hopefully Rem is going to carry me. Yes, so Mika, Rem is huge. If you're running Rem together with Ulna, it has been a really strong combination that we've been seeing a lot of gameplay, just because of how strong Rem is and how much of a literal glass cannon that Rem has become, guys. Rem puts out a ton of damage very fast, which is cool. Is there a certain way to engrave Rem or just max everything bottom to top? I would go for the 30 right now. That is where I have Rem. If you check out my short, I don't have it written down exactly how to build her, but I believe it's taking her to like the mid 40s, but optimally the 60. I would have to look. I've been doing those shorts to try to keep track of a lot of the heroes, where kind of the optimal build for those are. So we are getting there. Between Amelia and Rem, who should I choose? Bates, I would go with Rem. I have always said, yeah, long-term use, you want to get both of them. They are two heroes that are going to have a ton of utility, but absolutely, guys, I like Rem over Amelia. Amelia, I know we've seen a couple little formations, but I love Rem's build. I love how Rem is built within AFK Arena, which is the reason why I did get with Rem first. Is it worth buying the 10 Time Gazer cards each week from the guild store? Yes, those are every month, guys. Any single place that you can get Stargazer or Time Emblems, pick them up. It is really going to be the absolute only place that you're going to have the ability to really get those heroes and get multiple copies of those heroes. You have to get the copies. You have to get the cards anywhere you can. My Wailer Tower with level 61 Crystal over 200 Mythic. Yeah, 30 Mythic Solus. Absolutely, Ryan. Guys, the Awakened version of Solus is huge. Just crushes so much content with Solus, guys, especially early. Thorn Engraving, waiting for the reset. So with the reset, first reset, we reset, actually, I believe it was the Twins we reset. We had the Twins built up very high. Second reset went to another hero, and that's the only ones that we've seen. Yeah, the engraving, it's worked. Is there a guide to engrave Rem? Yes, I have the guide. It's in my shorts. So I actually have a list, guys. If you look, there is a massive AFK Arena hero list that I've been going through and doing shorts for the optimal spotlights, the optimal builds for all of the heroes. Still have a lot to get through in here, but we are definitely getting there. So Dark Blaine, the AFK 2 trailer, I haven't watched it. I'm waiting to do the video on it in a little bit, which I'll cover it a little bit later today. I did not watch the trailer. I seen it pop up earlier. We'd seen a lot of kind of closed beta testing. I believe Vulcan did some of the closed beta testing before. I want to try it out. I want to experience it. And a lot of players were saying that it was kind of like Genshin Impact, which again is kind of interesting to see if that is the route they went with the game, as kind of an open world. I want to see. I really want to see what it is and how it works. I've been playing for about a month. Your videos and streams are helpful. Oh, thank you, Brian. If you got questions, guys, throw them in here. This is really the place. A lot of players in here with a ton of knowledge. Definitely check it out, guys. Check out the guide section if you're new. There's a ton of stuff in there. I've been trying to kind of circle around and cover some of the newer or some of the beginner content, because I know there are so many new players to AFK Arena. Any advice for new players? There we go, Era. Damon. Damon is going to be your carry for a ton of AFK Arena, guys. It is really the driving force of the hero, guys. Damon is the game-changing hero in AFK Arena. He will carry through a ton of content. I've done 2 pulls, 10k each beast lures. I'm almost exactly enough to take beast resonance to 9. You or anyone else find that it's okay, 10k lures per 3 levels. That's about average, Clay. And that is where the beast, the rate of pulling beasts needs to be adjusted. In my opinion, I feel like the resonance helped a lot, Clay. But when you're pulling beasts, even when I'm summoning beasts, it's very, very hard to get a lot of the copies you need, guys. It takes a long time. It takes a long time to get those. Should we get the cards even with the collab? So Anthony, that is something we talked about a little bit earlier. Should you buy the cards in the guild store with the collab? Save your guild coins right now, because I believe, if I remember correctly, that it is 80,000 guild coins to get the collaboration, to get the 10 tokens for each hero, which means if you're at 160, you spend your 80, you'll still have enough within there to get both of the heroes in the collab easily to get those. My Lucretia is 1 piece from 9 of 9. Raphael, Lucretia, 9 of 9 furniture is game changing, even when it comes to the engraving. Very, very strong with Lucretia. What should I prioritize on Stargazing, Lucretia or Alna? I have both of legendary. Lucretia. The big thing, Chedier, is when you look at Lucretia, Lucretia is still probably one of the biggest priority heroes, because when you start getting into multiple teams, Lucretia will be your second team. Lucretia will be your second team by herself, even if the rest of the team is just sacrificial. If you send them in there to die, it will work incredibly, incredibly well, but Lucretia has to be built. Been loving the shorts, very helpful for planning. Yes, absolutely, Eli, very cool. I love doing the shorts as well. Yes, Devin, that's my thought as well. I'm definitely going to be playing, testing out AFK Arena 2. You guys know I've been playing this game for 4 years. Definitely want to check it out. Want to check out the games that Lilith is putting out. Always very, very good content. Even if you played Call of Dragons, it's a pretty fun game. It is honestly a very fun game. Where do I find the best guide for the Cursed Realm? So Asta, check out the guide section of the channel for the Cursed Realm updates. I put them out there every week. They have crowdsourcing with Cursed Friends, and that is where those guides come from. There is a incredible amount of crowdsourcing over there for those guides, which have a bunch of alts. But building them out, you can check out the leaderboards, but those guides are huge, which the new one should be out a little bit earlier today. I'm expecting the guide to be out probably a little bit today, if it isn't already up this morning. For Kanisa, I have him signature 24, 9 of 9, 360, good place for him. 309, 30 is good, yes, Ryan, but depending on what you're using him for. So PvP, guys, the higher the better for the heroes, which is usually where you see him. Kanisa and Rook, we still do see every now and then within the Cursed Realm, but it seems like we're starting to lose a little bit of ground when it comes to the hero. When it comes to Kanisa and Rook, it seems like they're losing a little bit of the ground that they used to have. Should I engrave the Prince of Persia? I would not, Raphael, just because, again, he's a hero that is not used really anywhere anymore. There's no reason to finish out or build up pop, just because you're at the point where, yeah, it doesn't make a huge difference. Is Rem's E60 important? Definitely helps. So the big thing, Rubble, is with Rem building out the E60 engraving is not only the ability that she possesses with that E60 engraving, is the big thing with her as well is the stats. So you're stacking another 30 levels of stats. So looking at the attack, looking at, physical pierce, looking at haste, looking at everything that E60 brings is huge because of the stat aspect, because she is a damage dealer. That is huge. Do you know when the 10 time gazer appear in the store? I'm 2420. I don't have them. Not off the top of my head, Ryan. I'm not sure exactly when they go in there. That's a good question. If somebody knows, definitely pop it in there. Comp Nomura's. Are you talking the Nomura comps? We'll cover that in a little bit, Fernando. It's coming up pretty soon. In past events, what kind of event would you get a high labyrinth coins? I think you mean when you're getting more coins out of there. When you get to the Dismal Maze, I don't know how far you are, but the Dismal Maze provides a lot more coins than the regular labyrinth store or the running the regular labyrinth. When you get to that Dismal Maze again, it makes a big difference when you're getting there. I went all in on beasts, either baits or the Stargazer store. The beasts are good, Blue Crimson. Honestly, the beasts are there. What's going on? Extreme Power. First time here on the stream. Thanks for joining us for the stream. I guess it came out a few hours ago. Okay. Yep. I will check it out, Shady, right after this. Are you close to maxing Rem and Amelia? We're getting there. The big thing, Servo, is the furniture. The furniture has been very, very long. It's a long road to get the furniture because right now we have so many heroes that need furniture, which is really tough. So the Cursed Friends is out, guys. I will cover the guide when I'm done here. It'll come out just in a little bit. But absolutely, so the new Cursed Friends guide is out. So we will definitely cover that, and it is amazing. I always put a link down below when we do the videos. That way you guys can check it out. You can bookmark it. If you're not in their Discord server, anything like that, you can definitely check it out. Any advice for the Thorn Cheese? So the Thorn Cheese, guys, is really just the absolute biggest RNG factor within AFK Arena. Both this one and the Charizard team are huge when it comes to the RNG factor of getting this to work. A lot of players can't get it to work, but it is an RNG. Sometimes it'll take 5, 10, 15 times. Sometimes it'll take 100, 200, 300 times to get the comps to work in here. Even a lot of these down here, most of them are, there's 3, but I think we've seen Thorn Cheese right there. So again, most of the higher level players run the Thorn Cheese, even looking, this is over our level. So we got Ainz in there, we got Baden, Tarnos we do not have. So they're not running the Thorn Cheese, but again, either one of two things are really gonna happen in here is either one, you're gonna get the Thorn Cheese to work, which again, can just take a little bit of time to get the Thorn Cheese to work. It is a very, very solid RNG formation with the Thorn Cheese. Same right here with the Charizard comp. It takes a lot of RNG, or you're going to over level the content. That is really the flip side of it. Either you're going to over level the content or you're going to let the RNG work as it normally does. Hope you're doing well. Any news when the next AE is? They announced it in the patch. The next Abyssal Expedition, Roy, is coming pretty soon on the next patch, which will be up here live on, I believe, Tuesday. We'll get the patch. It's right around the corner, guys. The next AE is right around the corner. And there we go, guys. The guild store time emblems appear when you complete chapter 2960. So when you hit chapter 30, they will be in there, guys. For the player that was in chapter 24 at this point, have to be in 30 to get them out of the guild store. I'm not sure who to max, Raku or Kren. Kren just runs in and the rest is history. Honestly, when it comes to those two between Raku and Kren, I would use Raku. The big reason, Sivu, for that is when you look at Kren, or when you look at Raku is still used in a lot of the Cursed Realm formations as the best in slot. We also see Raku being utilized within a couple different game modes, which is, again, is the reason why I would build Raku long before I would build Kren. Kren, unfortunately, with the Awakened version of Baden, it seems a lot of Kren formations have been kind of replaced, which kind of stinks, but we've gotten there to the replacement of them. I just unlocked my engraving on Lucretia, reached chapter 30, and I saw that everyone is starting to use the Thorn Cheese. Do you think I should invest in Thorn? Nope, Lucretia will carry. Tank, Lucretia is probably still one of the absolute strongest carries in AFK Arena. Lucretia is the priority. Build out Lucretia, build the signature item, build the furniture, build out the engraving. It is absolutely huge. Lucretia will carry through everything. Just started 2 days ago. Should I stop using Trial Amelia? I'm afraid I'm going to get hard stuck when I stop using her. Honestly, if you started 2 days ago, push as far as you can. Push as far as you can. You're going to amplify the AFK rewards that you're getting out there. You absolutely just want to crush as much content as you can. Even if you get stuck, you know what, going back through different game modes, yes, you'll get unstuck. It might take a little bit of time before you make a little bit more progression, but you will absolutely get there. Yep, Raku, I would absolutely do first long before Kren, just because of the utility. And a lot of people, like what Jay Guy said, a lot of people do not use the Thorn Cheese guys at all. It is a very, very fickle RNG formation, which is hard. What's going on, Urkan? Thank you for joining us for the stream. Want to see if Rem can solo like Lucretia at E60. Oh, you're waiting for me to build them. Let's see if we can swap this up a little bit and drop out this Thorn Cheese, guys. And I think we're already using, see, we're using Alna in there. We're using Lucretia. Matria, we could try Rem. We could try, see, the problem is without having Rem built, she's going to die super fast without Alna. That's kind of the other part of utilizing these two heroes. But let me see if I can grab another formation out of here just to see the Thorn Cheese in there. And what do we got here? So there is Baden with Vathiel. Let me swap this formation and see exactly what we can do down here. So we'll pop this one in. There we go. So I'm going to run this one. Let's see with the auto battle. This drops out the Thorn Cheese, but Halos is going to buff up Baden. Joan of Arc, of course, is going to have the immunity. Vathiel in here for buffs. And then, of course, Yennefer with some of the crowd control aspect. Hopefully, Baden can make this one work, guys. And again, I know the hero we were looking at had a much higher level, which is the reason why either you're going to do things like the Thorn Cheese or you're going to overlevel. That's kind of the other part of it. You're going to have to do one or the other to get through these formations. Is there any chance Engraving Reset will come back again? So they have only done it, Extreme Power, what has it been, guys? I think 3 times, and I think one of the Engraving Resets was because it was broken. Because the Sonya was broken, which was one of the reasons why they did the reset, was because fundamentally the hero wasn't working, which is tough. You need to watch Enemies in the Terma Cheese. Yes, so other big thing with the Thorn Cheese, guys, is the Thorn Cheese is very, very, and I cannot stress it enough, very particular to the formation that you're fighting for the Thorn Cheese. You cannot put the Thorn Cheese into a lot of formations. The Thorn Cheese will not work at all, depending on the formation. You can't force it to work. That's kind of one of the big things. The Thorn Cheese has to work on its own. You can't force it in a formation. It's tough. Keep missing your live streams. When do you do them? Kian, we do them at 1 o'clock every Sunday. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. We do the live streams on a regular, short of my schedule kind of changing up, but we do them every single week. We do the live streams, and I try to do them at the same time. That way we know kind of the set schedule that we're working with. In your experience, how many cards do you need to ascend an awakened hero? It is roughly 500 to 700. And I think we got through that. It is roughly 500 to 700 to get a awakened hero from 0 to ascended. Depends, again, it does have an RNG factor in there that can come into play, but overall, that's about the 400 to 600 range. Maui is about the range. Brutus took me about 500. Even the awakened version of, I believe, Belinda took me a little bit less. But then the awakened version of Thane took me 700 plus. So again, that is kind of on the fence of both of them. FHG, should I finish Matria or wait? Have the most important awakened heroes. Matria is mythic with 1 copy. Finish her. Absolutely, Devin. If you've already taken Matria up to mythic, get those last 5 copies. Absolutely, guys. Matria, and the big thing with Matria, guys, is she's being used. If she was a hero, Devin, that we didn't see a lot of utility in. So when you look at the Cursed Realm, Matria is being used. When you look at the Nightmare Corridor, Matria is being used in formations. When you look at the Treasure Scramble, Matria is being used in formations. When you look at the tower, even looking at the Hypogean Tower, Matria is being used, guys. There's absolutely no reason, if you already have her mythic with 1 copy, build her out. Absolutely. The utility for the hero is there. No reason not to at that point. And look at that. Kiru, we have another new subscriber. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Very, very cool to see, guys. We're almost to, I believe it's like 32. I think we're almost at 32,000 subscribers, guys, which is just absolute insanity. Never thought it would get this far as fast as it has. Yeah, definitely finish out on Matria. It is huge, which is the main reason why I'm so angry with the Awakened Heroes. Yeah, the rates. That's the big thing, guys. But when you look back, even when we got the Awakened Heroes, guys, number one, Lilith said that they would give us more cards, which they have. When you look at fulfilling the promise, looking at, you know, getting them in the guild shop, getting them in a lot of events, literally pumping those time emblems into a ton of different places. They said they would give us the ability to get more of the time emblems, and they have across multiple places. Again, we've seen a pretty decent increase in the amount of time emblems that we have the ability to get. And I'm hoping he did. Mickey, I know Mickey was here, but Mickey keeps using those, the Thor and Cheese, which there is Belinda, there is Ainz. You know what? I'm going to run this one. We're a little bit higher level, but I keep seeing that Thor and Cheese in there, guys, and I don't want to do that Thor and Cheese. I know you only from the game AFK Arena. Is there anything you play besides AFK Arena or other content? Not right now. So, Chatter, over the course of probably the last couple of years, we've tried a couple games. I actually have a second gaming channel. Also have a really up-and-coming growing finance channel, which is really cool to see. But overall, guys, AFK Arena has been kind of the only game that I've stuck with for a considerable amount of time. I love how the game is built. I love the design, the heroes, the gameplay, the AFK nature. I know there's a lot of content, but overall, guys, it has been the game that we've been playing for 4 years. Other games have come and gone on the channel, even came on different channels, but overall, this is the one that we've kind of stayed. Is there anything worth buying in the game for real money? Buy the Alpine packs. Baits, that is one of the absolute best things to buy within AFK Arena. For $20, they give you 45,000 diamonds, which is huge. They are the best. It is the advancement packs, the climber packs, I think they call them, the Alpine packs. There's a lot of different terminology for them. Also, yep, the VIP deals are good as well, but getting the 45,000 diamonds for 20 bucks. But if you're looking to buy something right now, guys, best deal right now today is picking up one of the dimensional heroes. $15 for a dimensional hero and not having to pay for those resources is absolutely huge, guys. That is probably one of the best ones, the best pack. Which hero will you engrave at 90 on your account? Nobody. Guys, I don't take anyone past pretty much 60, maybe mid 60s. There's a couple exceptions, like I believe the Awakened version of Belinda. We took her up to 67. I'm not taking anyone to 80. I have so many heroes that are waiting on the engraving piece that literally it's never going to end. The amount of resources to take a hero from 60 to 80 or even 80 to 100 is just astronomical when it comes to the cost, versus getting other heroes to that 60, which again, definitely, I would always take those heroes up before the other ones. This, again, is going to be some RNG. I'm not willing to buy 24 Wukongs just for a FOMO for a swap event. Yeah, there's no reason, guys. Again, it just takes time. That's really it. When you're putting money into AFK Arena, we've talked about this quite a bit, guys, you're changing money for time. the time it takes you to build up the heroes is exchanged for the currency you're putting in there. So that is kind of the swap between both of those. It is the time for money. See you later, Shady. Have a good day. And this one, again, it's going to be kind of the RNG factor. I think this is, guys, look how long it takes to get through here. It's kind of incredible to see, which I'm going to drop out. You know what? I'm going to drop out Rain. I'm going to drop Halos in here, see if we can get a little bit more damage out of here. But again, the time it takes to go through the campaign, and I know we've talked about this before, it's insane, guys. The amount of time it takes to go through campaign progression, which is the reason why so many players just literally do not do the campaign progression because of the time and effort that it takes. It's incredible how much time and effort it takes to make progression in the campaign. Just a question. You keep failing. So Ali Watch, the big thing with the campaign formations when we keep failing, it is the RNG aspect. That's the big part of AFK Arena, is the AFK aspect or the RNG aspect. You can try the same stage 50 times, 100 times. It might be 120 times in, boom, the stage works, no problem, everything's good, you make your progression. This game mode specifically is just time. This is literally time in here. Look at that, guys. Ali Watch, thank you for subbing to the channel. Zombie Apocalypse as well. Thank you for the subs, guys. Absolutely loving them. But we have Awakened version of Belinda in this one. So, of course, a lot of damage, guys. She ults incredibly fast, which is what we love. Gets the buff from Palmer. And here comes the ult. Boom. Look at that, guys. She does so much damage. It's kind of crazy. Will I be playing Hockey Star Rally? No, I won't, BP. A lot of the games, guys, nope, I'm not looking to pick up a new game. I'm going to try AFK 2 when it comes out, see if we can get into the beta. But overall, not picking up any new games at this point. Not even Lucretia E80. So the big thing, Shadow, is getting Lucretia to the E80. As much as I love the hero and I love the carry, Lucretia is usually just using campaign formations, which you can retry. That's the other big part of it, guys, is in campaign formations like this, if I fail once, twice, 100 times, I can just keep retrying it. There's no reason to drive Lucretia up super high, because eventually you're going to get this to work. Just like here with Ainz, guys, you're going to get this game mode to work. And there we go, guys, got another boss stage done. But like I said, you're going to go through, you're going to get through here. Yeah, Yaz Beach. What's going on, Yaz Beach? Thanks for joining us. The investment, the only thing that I would really advise, Shadow, is if you want to take heroes to 80, because of the PvP nature, because of the driving aspect, the nature of them, I would look at building out or engraving your awakened heroes possibly up to 80, just for the simple fact, when you look at the Treasure Scramble, when you look at the Heroes of Espria, when you look at all of the game modes these heroes are used in, the Cursed Realm, Twisted Realm, this can be very beneficial, not only for the stats that these heroes are picking up, but also the ability to carry in the Treasure Scramble. So I have noticed a lot of the top players within the Treasure Scramble have all of the awakened heroes built up to at least that E80 to go ahead and put to make a little bit more progression or have stronger heroes within there. Rest of the heroes are 60 and below, but overall really amping up the damage that you get within those heroes. I'm one that's thinking over optimizing in these types of game makes it boring since your goal is to grind. Yeah, that's it. And it is the grind, guys. That is the big thing with this game. It is just really the grind. It takes a long time, guys. Before I forget, I'm going to hop over here. We're going to do our gift memberships. We do this every single time we play AFK Arena, every time we do our live streams, I mean. We go ahead and we do our gifting of our memberships. I love doing this every single time we do the streams. So if you join the streams, guys, the gift memberships do come out. It's going to take a minute or two to pop up, but the gift memberships will be there. I love gifting those memberships. I love seeing the little hippos next to your name. I got Rem with $15, but I don't know what awakened hero to get first and what team comp in the beginning. So if you're starting early, Ali Watch, you want to build Solus. Solus is honestly probably still the absolute biggest awakened hero to build within the AFK arena. She is the first priority. I would absolutely recommend building out Solus as a first priority because she brings an incredible amount of healing and damage to formations used in every single game mode, which is kind of crazy. But absolutely, guys, she is the hero you want to build out first. Is there a hero considered the best 30 SI nearing 27? Wasn't sure if fine for the first one. Honestly, looking at a newer player, guys, Rowan is still huge. When you look at Rowan, when you look at Lucretia, when you look at, you know, a lot of the regular basic heroes, they work incredibly well with a plus 30 signature item. The awakened heroes, of course, the exact same, working incredibly well with those signature items. Yeah, the best signature item, again, you could go through the list. Even looking here, guys, Rowan, Belinda, Scarlet, absolutely. Looking here, plus 30. Kren is a solid plus 30. Brutus, of course. Even looking here, guys, Raku, Mishka does well. Nevi does well. You could go down a list. Even looking here, guys, Baden, Oden, absolutely. Plus 30 signature items, a ton of them. Absolutely a ton of them. In what formation can I use Awakened Baden in the Treasure Scramble? So I run Awakened Baden with Ulna. Ulna in the Awakened version of Baden. I don't think I have the Treasure Scramble formation saved in here. Right here. This is the formation that I've been running. Cow Gaming is the Awakened version of Baden with Ulna, Athalia, Mulan, which now has the 9 of 9 furniture, and Silas. This has been the team that we're running. Works incredibly well. This is a very strong team to run. I don't understand how people can remember all the information about AFK Arena. It's funny you say that, Dark Blaine. So when you think of gaming, I've been gaming my entire life, guys. Most of you know I'm 43 years old. I've been playing and gaming my entire life. It's not only information about AFK Arena, guys. I have a special little slot in my brain, Dark Blaine. Even thinking of the 10 years I played World of Warcraft, I can remember all of the bosses in there. I can remember the formations, the layouts. Even when you look at Noxoramus, when you look at AQ40, when you look at AQ20, I still remember all of the now unfortunately useful or useless information from, you know, looking at World of Warcraft, playing Dark Age of Camelot, even playing Ultima Online. I still remember an incredible amount of information about games that I played 20, 30 years ago. Even looking at Mario Brothers, which we play, looking at Legend of Zelda. Yeah, it's absolutely insane how much information, how much useless gaming information I have through all of the years that I have played. It's been kind of crazy. New player wondering, are Belinda Sparks of Hope and Beam of Hope the same? They are separate. One is the burning, one is the damage. They are different. The Spark of Hope and the Beam is different in there. Do I recommend building Brutus or Belinda? Honestly, at this point of the game, guys, I would probably build Belinda first, just because of the viability. We're seeing a lot of utility with Belinda and Brutus, but Belinda overall has had an incredible amount of utility. I'm even using Belinda within the Temple Rift, again, working very well. Is Rem worth buying? Yes, absolutely. Rem is completely worth buying. So up here, guys, we get a total of, woohoo, 1,000 diamonds in there. There we go, a little bit more. So we got, 90,000 diamonds, guys, that we are still literally just saving in here for our progression. A couple more stones here, but not enough really to do anything with. So we made it to 4745, so not too bad. I mean, we went up, 15 floors, which is awesome. Got through a couple more boss stages, which of course are very challenging. I want to finish out 47, get into 48, because again, with campaign progression, guys, you have a lot of loot, which I like. I need some more cores out of here, but we get some Stargazer cards, we get some baits, we get some stones. Absolutely building this out and continuing to make progression in there will be awesome. Yeah, Belinda is definitely broken. I absolutely agree, guys. Belinda is a pretty broken hero. Ascend her and cap out guild bosses. Yeah, exactly. Guild bosses, guys, you will crush it with the guild bosses. Is it worth taking Antandra and Anastat to E60? Yes, I would take Anastat first. So I built up Entendre, earlier, she had a ton of utility. Since we've gotten to the point of Honesta, I would build out Honesta first for the E60 out of those two. Yeah, which is kind of crazy. The WoW info isn't useless anymore. Hop on Classic Hardcore. Oh, it's popping off. So we could hop on some WoW if I had the time and effort, guys, to go ahead and play a lot of different games. I would absolutely. Any reason why Halos is good, guys? Halos is good. One, provides a lot of buffs, provides a beacon, but also has a massive energy regeneration with the shielding aspect. This is the reason why Halos is broken. Because of the energy regeneration, the shielding, and the buffing with the cube makes Halos such a very, very, very strong hero. That is one of the reasons why he is the absolute one of the highest priority heroes when it comes to building out these heroes within AFK Arena. Do I think Amelia will find a spot in the Charizard? Yes. You got to have Amelia built out, but absolutely, I believe the Charizard will be a solid place in there. If not, we're going to see her actually join in the Raku in the Leonardo slot. That is what we've seen a lot, working incredibly well. I'm a returning player and got Rem. Is it worth it to pour lots of my resources? I would max out Moggs. We're getting her there slowly. I just need to build up her furniture. You can see we have that one piece right there. But again, these are heroes I will max out in their entirety over time. It is going to be heroes again over time with the gear, over time with the tier stones. We will max them out in their entirety because again, Rem has an incredible amount of utility. Amelia is the exact same, which I think I've been saving my emblems of space, which I'm going to continue. Not going to burn my red chest in here, waiting, saving at least 300 for who is to come next. But I'm going to continue the emblems of space and I will build them out. Absolutely. Rem will carry, guys. Rem has an incredible amount. Think of Rem as a glass cannon. That's really one of the big things. Is Rem is a very solid glass cannon. If you can keep Rem alive, Rem's damage literally will go through the roof. If it's shielding, she will break through the shields. It's very, very cool to see how strong Rem is within formations. So Amelia will go to the Charizard and Raku comps. What about Rem? So Rem is really good running in a couple different comps with literally just running with Ulna. So we've seen a lot where Rem in here, if you can get Rem, again, I need the furniture on Rem. That's one of the big things in here. But if we run, let's say Palmer in here, Rem has to live. Rem has to have the survivability. If not, if she dies early like that, that's kind of the big thing we see with her is the glass cannon aspect. So again, if she doesn't have the ability to live, if she doesn't have the ability to survive, she's not going to put out the damage. So here comes the ult. There's the ult right there. So here it comes again, because again, running with Ulna, there's the ult a second time. And I love running her with Brutus. So looking at this, guys, let's turn off the auto battle. Take a look at Rem. Look at that. 53 billion damage, and I do not have Rem built up with any furniture. I only have the 30 signature item. I have the 30 engraving on there. Building her up with higher engraving, building her up with the 9 of 9 furniture is huge. But look at that, 53 billion damage being built. That is the reason, guys, why I have said Rem. As much as I like Amelia for the instant crowd control, Rem, and that is also not getting buffs. Halos did not have the chance to buff up Rem. So absolutely, guys, it is huge. I already used Ulna with Grez. So Grez is actually, can still be run in the formation. Again, we've kind of seen it different. And the big thing also with Rem, guys, is not only the utility within the campaign formations, is we're starting to see Rem in PvP. We're starting to see Rem in the Hellscape. We're starting to see Rem in the Nightmare Corridor. That is the reason, guys. Again, there's Crescio, good, solid reason to build him. But looking at a couple different modes, I believe it is here, right there, guys. 4.57 billion in the Nightmare Corridor, the strongest hero in here. Rem is seeing a lot of gameplay in all different utility and all different combinations. Even within the Cursed Realm, we've started seeing a lot of players that are running Amelia in here, but we're also seeing Rem showing up in these formations. There's Matria, there's Belinda, there's Olgath, and again, there's Rem. Look at that. Look at the damage right there. Again, that Rem is dealing 11.7 billion. Now, again, before we conclude here, think about it, Dario, for just a minute. So looking here, guys, the awakened version of Baden is putting up 7 million. Right here, we have 3, 3, and 2. So, okay, Matria's putting up 2.4. Right here, boom, Belinda's putting up almost 10 billion damage. Good. Right here, Ogath, 5.5. Okay, pretty decent for Ogath. Boom. The regular version of Rem being built out is putting up 12 billion damage. That is right, guys. Look at the amount of damage, and that is why I said a complete glass cannon. You have Palmer in here buffing up Rem. You have Rosline in here buffing up Rem. Halos in here buffing up Rem. Joan buffing up Rem. 12 billion damage based on the formation here. Again, huge, absolutely huge damage that she's putting out. Even in comparison to all the awakened heroes in the game mode, she's putting out a ton of damage. She is absolutely crushing it, guys. And also seeing Rem and Amelia in formations within the PvP mode, within the Treasure Scramble. If you can keep Rem alive in the game modes, she puts out an incredible amount of damage. She is putting out a amount of damage. But again, Amelia and Rem, you want to get them both. With their toolkits, with the energy regeneration, with the damage, with everything. Rem is huge. Big fan from Italy. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, Rem is putting out a ton of damage. That is the reason why, guys. Again, being a damage dealer, and we've said this before, when you look at Scarlet, when you look at Kren, when you look at Raku, when you look at, Oden, the higher you build out the damage dealing heroes, the better they're going to perform, period. That is it. The higher stats they have, the better they're built. The more you do the engraving on them, the stronger they're going to get, the more damage they're going to do, which is the reason why a majority of the damage dealing heroes, even looking at Lucretia, looking at Ainz, looking at the heroes that are dealing straight damage, the higher you build them out, the better they're going to perform in the damage role, which is exactly what they're built for. When you add some buffs in there like Halos, when you add Palmer, when you add Rosline in there, the damage literally just goes through the roof with those heroes because of having them built. Could Ullard be good support to keep Rem alive? It's hard with Ullard because it's random. You could probably run it, Kian. I don't know how effective it's going to be just because of Ullard and the ability. You have to have Ullard built really high. If it was super effective, I feel like a lot of players would be using it, which right now we're not seeing it. So as much as I like Ullard in his build, he really doesn't have a ton of utility. When you look at hero, players like Julian and all the players that have everybody built out, it's very, very hard to say or show that they would be good with a combination because people aren't running them. We get a lot of information from the Chinese servers. We get a lot of information from different places. What's going on, Nuki Sandwich? And Pika as well. But all right, guys, so 47-46, we made a lot of progression. Still waiting to see if the next patch is going to bring the awakened version of Athelia. Going to be very interesting to see. So I know we have some more content to cover. We have the Cursed Friends boss that is coming up. So what I do is I do essentially within the Cursed Realm, guys, I do usually 1 or 2 attacks. In the Cursed Realm, we did 2. I did 2 attacks. I check out what we have over on Cursed Friends. I will do the video in just a couple minutes. We'll put it up. That way you can check it out for the team comps that you can utilize within Dark Namora. Usually I land about 10 to 15% in here, which of course is going to have a major impact for the rewards that you get out of here, guys. You want to make sure that you're trying to score as high as you can within this game mode because again, the loot is here, guys. The loot is in so many of these game modes. But all right, so that'll do it for today's live stream. Again, thank you guys for joining me. We do this every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for all the donations, the subscriptions, all the new subs to the channel. Welcome to the channel. So again, that'll do it for today's live stream. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the live streams. And as always, thank you guys for watching.